Welcome man, welcome back to the channel guys. 2015 Charger guys. Overheating, in for overheating. Oh, what a beauty. I don't know why the hood up, but when I see hoods up on vehicles in for problem, I get a little panic. Go into a little slight panic mode. First I take a peek over there at the reservoir. It does not look empty, but guys, there's certain protocols you should heed to when diagnosing overheating problems. Okay. All right, guys. So what I'm gonna do, I gotta get this thing in the air. We're looking for why it's overheating. If it's low on coolant, simple guys. You need to pressurize the coolant system to see if you can find a leak. That way, it could be overheating due to electrical reasons. Like guys, we all know the fan have to be working to prevent a car from overheating. Yes, guys, we all understand radiator airflow has to flow through the radiator to bring that temperature back down once it reaches a certain temperature. Okay, we all understand thermostats open what typical 195 thermostat. Okay, it will open to let out the coolant that's in the engine block area. It's the cooling system is a whole complete vicious cycle, guys. So but right now, that's the complaint. Is it actually doing it? I don't know. That's where you, the mechanic, come in hand. All right, you have to find out. First, you got to duplicate it. All right, so we're going to look around before we attempt to duplicate it because I want to do a visual before I get the car nice and hot. All right, now, in order to duplicate it, you will have to reach operating temperature, right? You're trying to duplicate whether this car is overheating or not. How you going to do that if the car is not running? My point, you have to get it running. All right, so I'm gonna drive it in the shop, look around, see if I see anything visual. What I mean by visual is, do I see coolant leaking in different spots, or coolant leaking at the radiator, or coolant leaking at the heater hoses, or anything like that? Because that reservoir is full, the chances of it overheating due to a coolant leak is likely slim, because I wouldn't have a full reservoir. But even that's up for grabs. So guys, nothing's certain when it comes to these cars nowadays, guys. The whole simple theory goes out the window sometime. Now y'all see that dipstick, guys? Dipstick tube, rather. That is a transmission dipstick tube. You know what that tells me? This car is equipped with a nag 1 transmission. All right, you do not get a dipstick, but they did give you dipstick tubes. All right, so guys, let's get this car in the shop. We got to duplicate this. All right, so what I'm gonna do is drive it inside and go from there. All right, guys, stay tuned. All right, guys. Wait, what's going on under here? Hey, somebody put a cat on here. Must have had a cat code. Guys, what I tell you, nag 1 transmission, guys. Now, ooh, a starter. Somebody put a starter on. So this car done had some work. Now, as far as coolant leakage, which was what I'm looking for, any signs of liquid, no, that's not water, any signs of coolant, liquid of anything of such will represent a coolant leak. Typically, if it was the radiator, I have wetness all across here. So guys, looks like we're gonna have to rule out coolant leak as a cause of the overheating. All right, so what do you do now? You continue your diagnosis. Remember, guys, there are a number of ways a car can overheat. Okay, so there are certain things that will cause overheating. As I mentioned earlier, the electric cooling fan has to be on point. It has to be working. So, and because most of the stuff is monitored by a computer, what it's time to do technically is to grab a computer in the form of a scan tool, guys. So I'm gonna grab my scan tool and see if there's any fault codes, and I'm gonna try to actuate the fan. With using a scan tool, you should be able to get a pretty good idea of your fan working as designed. There's a feature on my scan tool where it will let me actuate the fan. Okay, in other words, I can tell the computer to tell the fan to come on. All right, it's called a command. If I do that and the fan do not respond to that command, then that's when you really should start pointing your diagnosis toward this electrical fan. I mean, in some cases, the fan will be froze up. I can grab this blade and spin it so it's not froze up, but I will need to check the electrical side of the fan. All right, so guys, let me take a quickie break, grab my scan tool. We're gonna go from there, guys. Stay tuned. Alrighty, guys, we're here at the computer. Yes, it's 09 Magnum. All right, charger. Can go either way. Charger, computer, and electrical system can go either way for a Magnum or a charger. This is a charger though. Now, guys, I do see codes in the PCM. Okay, the fan. Now, the fan operation, I think, goes through the TIPM. Okay, this car is equipped with a TIPM, and that fan relay is inside this TIPM. So for now, let's take a look at the codes in the PCM. Let's go to DTC, and we will find. Whoa, cat efficiency. Didn't we just see a new cat? Oh, so they replaced the cat. Oh, guys, I'm hoping it's not one of those cases where they replaced the wrong side. Guys, you have to be able to understand what side cat go on what side. Guys, I have a video I put out 3 years ago, okay, explaining how to find out which cat, which O2 sensor is at question. Okay, P0430 is bank 2, guys. I remember, guys, we was under this car. I think that side cat that was replaced was bank 1. Oh my goodness, I hope they didn't replace the wrong. That is an expensive screw up, guys. Watch my video right here on how to tell what size cat or O2 sensor in question. That video is doing me very, very well, guys. I wish I had recorded that in a different format at the time, but I had just got in the YouTube game and I was a little reckless. My language and my grammar was a little off. But at any rate, that is the best viewed video I have on my complete channel. That video is doing very well. So watch that video, is my point. Now, okay. we dealing with overheating. So I feel bad if they replaced them. That cat is almost $1,000, guys. So now remember, guys, what I spoke about earlier, I have a way to tell the computer, to tell the fan to come on just to check its operation. So let's go get out of the engine. Let's go to TIPM. Now, there is no yellow in the TIPM, meaning there is no fault code. All right, so does that mean that there's no fan problem? No, that's not what that means. So I'm going to go into actuators. I'm looking for fan. Okay, here we go right here. Y'all see this? High-speed radiator fan. I can turn the high-speed or low-speed radiator fan on, and I can turn the high-speed radiator fan on just to check its operation. Okay, for now, let's go with low speed fan because that's the one very important. Let's select on. No, let's select toggle, meaning the computer gonna make it go on off, on off, on off, on off. Now I'm gonna click start. Now what we're gonna do, we're gonna go over to the car to see exactly is the fan doing what I told it to do. Let's go. Y'all see that? Oh man, I have the fan in toggle mode, guys. And on top of that, I can hear the relay toggling. Oh my goodness. Hold on, guys. Y'all hear that? It's hard to tell which one. They don't have it. Well, they do. Okay, but right here, it's a low speed fan relay. Y'all hear that? See, he got the music playing of it. I'm gonna let y'all hear this. This fan is toggling on and off. Guys, look. Do y'all see what I see? That fan is not moving. So what do you do now? You check and see if that fan motor is getting the proper power supply and ground. Remember, guys, this is an electrical motor. Doesn't matter if it's brand new or not. If you're not getting power supply and a ground to the electrical motor, it will not run. It's just simple as that. All right, but what we're gonna do first, let's see if I can get high speed. Let me see if high speed will operate. All right, let's go back to the computer. All right, so we're gonna stop this. We're gonna come out of here. Let's go back into TIPM, and we're gonna go actuator. We're gonna go to high-speed fan. All right, let's click here. We're gonna do the same thing. We're gonna toggle it. We're gonna click start. Now let's go back to the car. I hear the fan. This one right here. This is likely the high-speed fan relay. It's going off, guys. Now, do y'all see any fan movement? No. All right, so we up to step 3, guys. I got to gain access to that fan electrical connector and see if I'm getting 12 volts and ground. So let me get this air clean off, and let's get started with the diagnosis, guys. Stay tuned. Let's get it. All right, guys, so you can see I have the air cleaner housing part off. Here's the connector we're chasing. Okay, now you're trying to find out why this fan's not running, remember guys, you need 12 volts and ground for a fan to operate. All right, so let's grab the connector. I have my test light here. Grab the connector. I still have the relay. Yeah, it's still toggling. I still have it toggling. So let's get this connector. All right, we got the connect out, guys, because we're about to check and make sure we're getting power supply and ground. Now, all right, whoa. Right up the bat, guys, I see a problem. Okay, this connector right here, I don't know the numbers by heart, but that looks like a black wire, and black wire typically indicates ground, right? Okay, the relay's still actuating, so let me put my test light to see if I'm getting toggle. Okay, you can see that? And that's high speed. Now, let me turn on low speed to see if, yeah, I still have the toggle on high speed. Let me turn low speed on via my scan tube. All right, we're gonna stop this. We're gonna go back into tip them. We're gonna actuate, where is low speed fan? Okay, I wanna choose toggle, and we're gonna go into start. Now I'm gonna check the other pins to see if I'm getting yep, toggling on and off, guys. Now, because this is a LED style test light, I have my connectors on power supply and ground, which means if I touch ground, y'all see that? My light will turn green. If I touch power supply, I go red. All right, so now this connector that's burnt should be ground. Ah, look at that, guys. So we're going to get this repaired, guys. The fan can cause that. The fan, high resistance in the fan can cause that. So I will eventually, I want to take this off. Take a closer look at that. Let me see, can y'all see? Let me take y'all dumpster diving. Y'all see anything unusual? Alright guys, I'm gonna get a fan assembly and repair. I might end up getting a complete connector. I'm gonna do a load test on this ground wire. If this is ground, I'm sure it's going toward a frame somewhere. So I'm gonna verify that this connection between the frame, ground wire, and this cooling fan connector is on point. All right, but you can't just replace the fan and don't repair the connector. All right, so I'm gonna end up doing both, guys. First, I can't do nothing until I sell this, guys. So let me write up an estimate on my findings, and if they buy it, I'll fire the camera back up and show y'all what's going on. If not, just know that this is one way to diagnose overheating. Okay, and keep in mind the fan has to be running for the car to stay cool. You need airflow across the radiator fins. All right, not just a matter of leak. Overheating is not always because of a system is low on coolant. In this case, we didn't have a leak, and we're not dealing with loss of coolant. We're dealing with electrical side of the cooling system. That's no electric fan operation. All right, let me write this estimate up, guys. Appreciate you watching. If you got any questions, leave them in the comment, and I'll see y'all in the next video.